Hello everyone, I'm Benny, and welcome to the Game Development with Scripting Languages R&D live stream. In this live stream, we're going to be doing exactly what it says on the tin. I'm going to be showing you some of my research and development and experimentation with scripting languages in game development. And, and this is what I got right now. I've got, not much. I've got a square, which you can move around with arrow keys, which I guess is kind of cool, but yeah, it's pretty basic. And actually, I'm just going to check real quick to make sure this is actually working, because in the past I've been known to, not do that correctly. Okay, so, hey, I'm just going to ask in the comments. I can type it out. Oh dear. Okay, well, I guess it is working. Excellent. So, with that, let's, well, first off, let me just give you a guided tour of my whole setup so far. Why? Well, because I just couldn't think of a more entertaining way to do that. Sorry, but, figured might as well show you. So right now, I've got this Lua script right here with 3 functions: game init, game update, game render. Guess what they do? Game init initializes the game, returns window width, height, and VM game, whatnot. It returns what the window should be like, basically. Game update does all the update stuff, game render does all the render stuff, exactly the type of thing you'd see in a game loop. And then I have the C stuff, which is, it's basically the backend. It has OpenGL stuff, has this Lua VM running in it. Yeah, it's the backend. And that's sort of the framework I'm working with here. I've got Lua script with all the game logic. I've got the C part, the C engine, with, just what I said. All the backend stuff. All the OpenGL, all the input, all that stuff. And yeah, as I showed you, we got a square right now. So enough rambling. Let's go ahead and do something. My goal right here, since I figured, I got something that draws squares, let's make breakout. Why not? And we're going to see just how well that works out. I'm going to warn you, though, Lua, I don't think I fully understand the philosophy behind it just yet, but oh well. So, step 1. I'm just going to create the player. So, first off, I have the square moving on both axes, so I'm just going to get rid of game Y for now. Don't need it. Don't care about Y movement, just care about left and right. Well, because that's how breakout works. You can only move left and right. Yeah, there you go. It's a little big for a paddle, but hey, you know what? It works. And with that, don't need game Y here anymore. I can put this at, just nothing. Also, it's a little bit big, like I said, so let's make it a little bit smaller on Y. Step 1, fiddle around a bit. It's a little bit wide, so let's make it a bit smaller. I can type it out. Yeah, that'll do for now. So let's go ahead and draw the walls. So, it would be nice if I had sort of an abstraction for this. Oh dear. Wait, does that actually have advertising, or is that just a comment? Because I explicitly told YouTube to disable ads on this. I want people to enjoy an ad-free live stream experience. Let me know about that in the comments, viewers. Okay, so step 1, I need some abstraction. I mean, I've got a player working right now. I've got something that moves left and right, but how can I represent more stuff? How can I represent walls? Like I said, Lua is not exactly my language, so yeah, this could be interesting. I'll just start by creating a document. I'm going to call entity.lua, sure. And we're going to see how well this works out. So, if I remember correctly, I believe the way you set up classes in Lua is with some local variable that you call the class name. So I'll just call it entity and set that equal to a table. And then I can have something like function entity dot whatever I want, and that will create it. Okay, so I'll say entity dot init. All right, this is Lua. Don't need parentheses. And with that, now just set up prototypes for everything because I need to think about this. All right. So entity.init. I also need entity.update, which is going to take in, like I have here, input and delta. So take an input and delta. And I'm also going to have function render. Wait, entity.render. And that's going to take in the context, which is that's what I'm using for. Oh dear. Yeah, that is what I'm using to represent what we render to. Guys, just gonna say right now, you are not going to like the way I've set up so that I can communicate like C objects to Lua. Just gonna say that right now. I'm sure it's gonna come up at some point, but yeah. Okay, so I got the functions. And I'm gonna require it just to make sure I haven't completely destroyed everything, which I probably have. So let's build. Wow, I cannot believe that actually worked. Well, what do you know? I sworn there's like some subtle difference with Lua functions and things, but oh well, I guess I'm thinking of something else. So, init. What do I need with init? Oh, really? It won't? I thought that's... I thought that... hang on, let me try that. So I'm gonna... Wait. I'm sorry, I'm just... My mind's not quite working in the Lua mentality just yet, as I said. So let me just write the init function, first of all. So what do I need to do with the init function? Well, I'm going to need to return a table because objects are tables. And, yeah, you know what? I don't know the Lua object-oriented way of programming well enough just yet. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm just going to do it sort of the C object-oriented style, where there are functions with names like underscore, because I don't remember how to do it right now. So it's going to take in an entity to work on and all the things. And yeah, not ideal, but hey, at least it's consistent with my API stuff because I could not figure out how to create tables in Lua from C, so sorry. Again, this is research and development. I don't know everything just yet. Daima, I am strongly considering participating in Ludum Dare if this all goes well and live streaming works and whatnot. So tentatively, I'm going to say yes, but well, something might come up, and well, but tentatively, I'm agreeing to it. So I got the functions for entity stuff. Gonna make sure I haven't broken anything again. And it would be nice if there was a slightly just a slightly more convenient way of doing this, but oh well. Actually, wait, I don't need this open anymore. So yeah, sorry about that. Whoops. All right. Now, with all that ridiculous syntax mumbling out of the way, let's actually do something. So init. Right now, don't need to init anything except a typo. So I'm going to leave this function empty. We have the object created because it was passed in, so don't need to do anything. Update. Now, I misspelled? Yeah, sorry. Just got that. All right. Let me go to main.lua. Now, what am I doing with the draw square right now? Okay, I'm drawing the square, add a position. So, here. In fact, wait, this is supposed to be an abstract class. Oh dear, I'm not thinking today. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so entity, abstract class. And now I want the player.lua non-abstract class. Yeah, like I said, this is research and development stuff. I definitely have not mastered all this just yet, and someone appears to be trying to share something with me, so... Well, that's... Oh. Well, when you figure out a way to send it properly, I'll try and look at that, because I have a feeling it might help me. Okay, so player, non-abstract class is going to inherit from entity. I'm not going to bother with any ridiculous inheritance stuff right now. I'm just going to, you know, just going to do it manually, and I'll figure out how on earth I'm going to do inheritance in Lua later. I can rename. I'll just name it self. How about that? That way it works for everything. So self and self. There. Now what does a player need? It needs a position. So self's supposed to be a table, so I should be able to say something like self.x equals 0. In update, I should be able to do, what am I doing in main? Okay, just, sure, just that. And player.lua, copy and pasting. Local move amount is going to be equal to delta, that's right. Player update is going to, okay, I think I just need to change gamex to self.x, and that should work. And with that, I think that covers the update function. And now all I should have to do is what I've done in render, the draw square thing, because the player is supposed to be a square and whatnot. So yes, gamex self.x. Let's hope this works, because there's a very good chance it won't. Okay, so I can close you. I can comment out you. I can comment out all of you. And in fact, I can comment out you too. So let me, in fact, move that. And I can comment out you. So right now, it should do absolutely nothing. It should clear the screen to black. Excellent! So, now what I'm really trying to do is player. So I'm going to say game underscore player to represent the game's player. I'm going to set that to just new table. And, well, I can say player init game player. And I believe that's all I should need to do. I mean, in fact, run that. No, I've done it wrong. Okay. I didn't include player. That's probably why. So I'm going to include player. Okay, good. Now all I should really have to do is say, do that in lowercase because, you know, stuff. Okay. Now at this point, I think I can just do player update with game underscore player input and delta. And that should do the update. And then finally, player render with game underscore player and context. Build. And hey, it's working! Okay, excellent. That's the first hint of structure I've gotten out of this. Still not sure how I'm going to get a nice, generic, well-organized system out of this, but hey, it's a start. And actually, while I'm at it, why not? Let's say player.init self.x equals 0.5. Good, wonderful. No question is how I'm going to end up doing inheritance with this, but well, I'll worry about that later. So, actually I think now I can start changing this to Lua's actual object-oriented system, because I believe it's just like this, except you need to, well, sort of use dots. And then I can say player equals table. And that, well, we'll find out. Okay. So now, I believe Lua uses like the colon, so I just need to use game player colon init. And that should work, I think. And then I can just, do this with game player colon update. And that should be the Lua way of doing things. Game player colon render. Perfect. Okay, run. No, fail. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot. maybe if I set it equal to player, does that work? Ah, well. Alright, Lua has some special thing with init because you have to like create an object for it or something. Okay. Okay. I know how to do it now. So player underscore init is going to be the same. Going to create a local, wait, not going to take in anything. Going to create local self equal to a table, set that at, and then return self. There. That, I believe, is the actual way to do it. Yeah, I know Lua has a little bit of an interesting object-oriented system, but hey, it should work. So now, player init. Ah. The goal of this live stream is just for me to share my research and development. Well, from my point of view, the goal is to share my research and development on adding scripting languages to games with you guys, so you can see how certain scripting languages work as a game development tool. And, well, pretty much that, yeah. And maybe you'll decide, oh, hey, this scripting language does exactly what I want. Or maybe you'll decide, oh, hey, this doesn't do anything like what I want. I'm never going to use scripting, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. That's my vision of what this is going to be like. Okay. And that doesn't work. Brilliant. I know Lua has some crazy object-oriented system, but, well, okay, I don't know exactly. I'm going to go back to the C way because I know there's a way to do it. I can't think of what it is right now. So, sorry. Well, it's not like a big deal or anything. It's just syntax difference, really. So, let's go back to doing it the way that actually worked. For now. Maybe I'll figure it out later on. Player init game player. Okay. Yeah, just changing it back now. Nothing special about this. That is one unfortunate thing about live streams. If I screw something up for some reason, I don't have the luxury of editing it out. I have to actually go through and show you all on screen. Oh well. So, cool. Back to player working. Exactly what I wanted. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete all this commented out code. That's what did that. Oh, first of all, let me just share. All this code I've commented out, that's what created that sort of bar effect I showed in the update video where I announced the live stream. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it now. It's on GitHub if you're interested. I can get rid of this. So, got a player. Good. Step 2, walls. Yes, the live stream is recorded and you'll be able to watch it on YouTube afterwards. So, with that, I think I need a new file. Okay, so let's create a new document. Made for wall.lua. And in fact, I'm going to copy player.lua for now. Because I don't have a good way of doing inheritance just yet. Oh well. I'll figure it out eventually. Or maybe I won't. I'll decide Lua's terrible because it doesn't support inheritance, but oh well. We'll find out. That's the point of this. Research and development. Yeah. I do wish it would. It might be Daima if Lua, if YouTube hadn't horribly screwed up that thing. But if you can figure out a way to not have that screwed up, well, I'll see. Yeah, I wish they wouldn't mess with comments like that. But anyways, so wall init and wall update, wall render. Okay. So this one I'm going to make a little bit more general. In fact, before I do that, even, yeah, let me do it with player because I don't want to just hard code these values right here. So player init's going to take in self, it's going to take in, oh, some width and, right, no types in Lua, and height. You're correct. It should be like that. But, well, yeah, I can't figure out the init thing. Right, I'll try and look at your thing on private message, Minecraft Mob. So, yeah, let me just do that real quick, because I'm sure there's some way to do it. I can't think of it. And maybe I'll be up here? No. That is the one thing. I don't know where my inbox is, despite all the time I've spent here. Community? Is that where it would be? Messages, here it is. Thank you. Ah, yes, that's one way to do it, isn't it? Okay. Thank you for that. I'm actually going to copy your code and comment it out. Thank you for that. I'm not... Whoops. Got rid of the comments box. Yeah, I'm not an expert on Lua, so I appreciate any help you're willing to give me. I'm just going to leave that. I'll leave it commented out under Entity. That seems like the appropriate place to do it. But you know what? I'm at the point where I'm going to worry about doing things correctly in a moment. Right now, let's get something working. Okay, so that's Entity. Good. Now, what was I doing? Player, right. Adding width and height, and you can go away. Okay, I've got width, height. Self.width is going to equal width. Self.height is going to equal height. And I am going to change self.x in a bit so that it adjusts for that. But for now, here I'm going to say self.width. And oh dear, it's going off screen already. Ah, well, that should be like that, should it? And self.height. Good. So now you can customize how big the player is. And and sure, I can have self.y, even though we can't control it. Makes it a little more general. Maybe I can do something with that later on. Okay, good. I think that's all I'm going to need right now, in player at least. Now, main. Won't need to actually initialize this now, so I believe I just need width and height, don't I? So width was 0.5 and height was 0.1. Do you work? Okay, good. I change height to 0.1 now because, yeah, look, it's way over there. Not quite what I'm going for. So I'm going to change player.lua to... I know 0 is the center, so I'm going to set player.x to start at negative width. I think... No. Okay. Maybe start at positive width. Okay. I know 0 should be, well, the center. So, is my projection set up weird or something? That's strange. Oh well, I'll just do 0.5 minus width. It's not a big deal. Which still doesn't work. Brilliant. Maybe it needs to be 1 minus width? Not entirely sure why that works, actually. Come to think of it. Oh well. But I suppose I'd... Oh wait, I see why it works now, because there's 1 unit of distance between the wall and the center, so I need to do 1 minus that to take in that to count. Okay, that makes sense now. Never mind. Okay. Now I should be able to set to 0.5 to automatically center. Haha! Well, not exactly. Close enough. I think it actually needs to be like 1 minus width over 2. So let's try that. 1 minus width over 2. I'll put that in parentheses. I know, I'm very nitpicky about this thing. Okay. Alright, I suppose that... Good, I finally have player working. It only took me like half the live stream, but I got it working. Yeah. That is the thing about R&D stuff. It does take a while to get stuff working like you like. Alright, so wall. Gonna need self between x, y, width, and height. So self.y equals, I'll just set what they pass in. Self.width equals width, self.height, height. Okay, update, don't care at all. All right, so now for drawing, in fact, I'm just gonna copy what player has. So, yeah. Should have yanked. Didn't say anything, but I believe it should have. No, it didn't. Brilliant. Okay, well, I'll just do it manually because Vim doesn't want to work with me here. Okay. Good. Now, if I run, I didn't add any walls, I won't see anything. Oh dear. Let's try this the right way now. Going to have game wall 1, sure. Don't. Yeah, I'll just leave it like that for now. Then wall init game wall 1. Where do I want to be? 0, 0, because apparently that's the corner. Then width. Well, width should be like 0.1. And height should be 2, I believe. Or actually, oh wait, I just No, never mind. Never mind. No, yeah, that does make more sense. I want to set x and y position based on the center, so I'm going to do that x equals 1 minus width over 2 plus x thing. Yeah, same thing here. So 1 minus height over 2 plus y. Will that change anything? We'll find out. Oh, spelling. Yeah. So, let's see. It would be kind of nice if there was a faster way to do this. I'm sure Lua has one, I just don't know what it is. Again, this is experimentation. Do you work? You fail. Wonderful. I forgot to include it. Dagnabbit. And it doesn't show up anywhere. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So let's try this again. Let's get rid of all this nonsense because it's not working. Oh boy. You gotta love live debugging, don't you? So, alright. Hang on. Let's start set to 0.5 and 1. So there it should be like the exact same position as the player. But it's not. So x needs to be like 0.5 or something? Is that it? Ball just not rendering for some unforeseen reason? Well, this is quite interesting. I don't know why this isn't working. Oh, not using self.width and self.height. There we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, it's working. Okay, so let's try this again. It should be 2. I'm almost positive. 0.1 should be the width. I'm almost positive. Yep, that looks just about right to me. And you should be at 0.1 or 0. Okay, 0. So I did everything right. It's just passing in the wrong variables. Would be nice if Lua gave you errors about that. But oh well. The collision. I'll worry about that in a moment. Collision's easy. Showed you how to do that, didn't I? Mol 2. Same sort of thing, except... Yeah, I am using the old version of OpenGL just to get something drawn, but... Well, so yeah, I suppose it is using OpenGL, just the oldest version. Okay, so this one. You should be at 1 on X, I believe. That's too far. I'm not drawing you yet. That's probably why I'm having an error. Yeah, then we need to figure out some way to have, like, inheritance or something pretty soon here, because this is going to get ridiculous very quickly. Ooh, okay. We're working, but not how I want. So I guess you're going to be at 2 on X? 1.9 on X? Excellent! Finally! Got walls. Only took me half a live stream, but I finally got walls and a paddle. Yeah. I think now is a pretty good time to try and really sit back and figure out inheritance. With my word, how am I going to make a general system there's no inheritance? This is just using something I really threw together, Isaac. It's not using any of my engines that I usually have. The code's on GitHub if you want to see it, but it's just basic C code that I've set up to, well, run the Lua VM and run all the scripts and hook it to an OpenGL and input and such, and boom, there it is. Very hacked together, very experimental. And now we still got to solve the puzzle of how I'm going to do inheritance. Okay. So those are going to have different functions. But, oh right, I already have that somewhere. Back to the text. Okay, but I think I have an idea. All right, you showed me this system. So I'm going to try that out with player. I'm going to see if it works with player. Now, okay. So, function player. Sure. Just going to copy what you have, local self. So there's a local variable for the self. Then declare functions there. Interesting. Oh, I see. Clever. All right, I see why that works. That's, I believe, Lua's called closures? Yeah, I believe it's the closure system doing that. All right, that's clever. Good use of that. All right, that's going to make things enormously easier. Whoops. Okay. So wonderful. Function self.init. It's going to take in, all right, well, it takes in width and height, because self is already implicit, I suppose. I'm pretty sure it doesn't need to take in self. And yeah, I'm just going to copy what I have here. Because I already have working code, why would I do it again? Okay. Then, okay. Function self.update. Okay, yeah, I think I just need to do the exact same thing, except with the new structure. I don't think there's going to be an issue doing it like this, unless I'm missing something. So this is a Lua object-oriented system. I knew it was really weird, but... or at least it wasn't like other languages I've used. Okay. So, and then return self at the end. All right, excellent. So I believe this is all I need. I could be horribly wrong. In fact, I'm probably about to be, but we're going to find out. Okay, so now entity, don't care about entity, player, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this stuff right now. So you said game player would be equal to player, and then I just need to call gameplayer.init, right? With what I had before, which would be 0.5 and 0.1. Oh wait, it's Lua, so it's the colon for some reason. All right, then game player colon update with input delta. All right, and after the clear, I'm going to include it. I will do that. I'm just trying to figure it out with game player first, just to make sure, well, it actually works. So it failed. To perform arithmetic on local width. Because I forgot to pass in the right parameters, didn't I? A table? Wait, what? I feel like I've done this wrong somehow. Okay, maybe it does need to take in self. I'm going to find out, I suppose, but... Oh, wow! Oh, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wait, you do use dot? Oh, I suppose... Oh, I could have sworn I read somewhere that it was... Alright, well, I'll try that, then. Maybe that's why I was running into issues. So... Game player dot update? Oh, right, you're right, it would be colon because of that stuff. Alright. Alright, you're right. You're right, I'm just... Excellent, so now that I've finally got this object-oriented system figured out, thanks to you, I believe I can actually have inheritance and such, and things are going to be a lot easier. But actually, I got a question. Why do I even need the init function? Why can't I just add parameters to this? It's all about experimenting. Not completely right? I want to see what happens. I'm curious. Okay, so I'm just going to comment it out, do this, and what happens? Oh, it works. Well, I'd appreciate it if you let me know what's not right about that, because it seems to be working just fine for me. Okay. So I'm going to just spread that out so it doesn't take up a whole bunch of extra space. Get rid of this now, thanks to that. Still build and run. Good. All right, finally, structure. Things are going to be a lot easier now. All right, thank you. Yeah, sorry, there seems to be a little bit of stream lag, so yeah. All right. Now for walls. Well, actually, oh right, I've been to generalize it to entity, of course. Sorry. That was me being an incaboop. Not the same system I have in player. That means what exactly? This. Okay, I guess it's something, but I've been streaming for 38 minutes now. All right. And I've only just gotten the walls working. Wonderful. Good job, Benny. Okay. Entity. Not going to need to take any extra parameters. Let's see, local self. Or don't care about that. Self.update, which isn't going to do anything by default, and self.render, which also isn't going to do anything by default. There. Now, yes, excellent. You posted another link? I saw your other link, but... Oh, you sent me a link again. I see. Okay, well, let's try that out. So, refresh, I suppose? Ah! I see. Okay. All right. Actually, I do want to just try what I'm doing right now, if you don't mind. But I'm definitely going to keep this in mind. This is quite interesting. And oh, right. Got to get back to the chat so I can see people commenting. So, yeah, let's just comment this out. Excellent. Great. So that's one entity. Wonderful. And, oh, actually, what I'm about to do is pretty much exactly what you have here. It's just, well, I'm going to be doing this part of the code, the adding, updating stuff, in-game. So I think we're actually doing the exact same thing at this point. Unless I've screwed things up, which I very well may have, judging by the rest of the stream. So, yeah, let's make player. Actually, let me copy your code, because you seem to have something working. So, entity name? Oh, I see. Interesting. I didn't think of the type thing. Okay. Okay, well, I think I'm going to do that then. Actually, wait. Now I'm going to try something first. Okay, player. This is an entity now. Okay, so it's going to take in a width and height. Self, well, first off, it's going to require entity, so let me do that. Require .res/script/entity. No, just entity. It's going to be entity. Right. It has an update and a render function. I believe from here I can just, redefine it, and everything should work out. So, there. So that should just redefine it. I believe. I may be wrong about that. And render? Okay, actually I think that works, just from that. Oh well. That makes things enormously easier. So now I can have the list of entities just like you said. So I'm going to go to game, do pretty much exactly what you have, so I'm going to, in fact, copy. I'm going to steal your code. Thank you, by the way. And I'm going to create game entities. I can. Lowercase. Here's the table. Yes. And I'm going to have function game add entity, like you said. So basically I'm copying your code at this point because my horrible system clearly wasn't working. Thank you, by the way. Whoops. Oh, with spaces, not tabs. That's okay, but I'd like tabs in here, if you don't mind. There's really some serious lag, because I saw that quite a while ago. Okay, so now we have entities. We have... Okay. I'm just going to trust that this works. Because I've never seen this underscore thing or this hashtag thing in Lua before, so I'm just going to trust that your thing works. So game add entity. I'm going to add player 0.5, 0.1. Sure. And I can get rid of this now. All right, paste bin. Okay. Now I should be able to do your whole giant iteration thing, go through all entities, and that, I believe, I'll have to pass in input and delta, but yeah, I believe that'll actually work. So with that, I've almost got a general system. Thank you very much. Okay, so Lua is a viable scripting language so far. If I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get a big thing working just yet, but Okay, so render with context. I still have that in entity, right? Yeah, okay, context. And wait, what? Wrong file. That explains why I had some issues. Okay. Now I can get rid of you, I believe. Oh, also I should probably use the game entities and not entities. There's game entities. And Okay, good. Work. No. Because I didn't define it yet. What? Wait, what? Okay, maybe I have to define this first. That would make sense, actually. Okay. No. Line 11, attempt to get... Oh, I'm still using entities, not game entities. Okay, that explains it. Excellent! Thank you! Wonderful! Now, with the generic entity system in place, I should be able to, well, get rid of all the basic or ridiculous non-instantiation thingamajiggerton. Basically do it generally. Which is good, that's exactly what I want. So, to do this... Oh, right, I still have to change walls over to the new system. Yeah. Slightly unfortunate that I do have to go through and do things manually like this. But, well, I suppose that's the point of R&D. Make mistakes, figure out what's wrong, and do it better. So you go there. Oh, and, of course, local self equals entity, because everything has to be an entity. And, okay, things are starting to make a little bit more sense to me now. So, self.update. Input. Oh, I'm not going to do anything with that, so I don't need to override that. Never mind. But I do need to... even better, I do have proper inheritance now. So now I can use render with context. And then I can just pass in the render function. Or do the render thing, you know, thing you used to do for rendering. Good. Brilliant. Outstanding. And, oh, delete you, return self. And I can give rid of you now. Good, now I should have general walls as well. So, where are you? Main.lua. Okay, game add entity. No more game wall stuff, or wall init, or wall update, any of that bizarre hackish stuff. Let's do things the right way. Game add entity wall. If I can ever type it in. 0.0, 0, 0.1, 2. Copy the values I have. These work. So 1.9, 0, 0.1, 2. And with any luck, it should work. Perfect. Well, that was an adventure. But with a little help from you viewers, I finally got general entity system working in Lua. It was a lot more painful than I think it should have been, but, well, yeah. Alright. Now that I finally got that all done, yeah, I think I can finally start doing something useful. About time, if you ask me. I'm going to make the walls a little smaller, though. Just 0.05. And that needs to be a little bit more over now, but oh well. Yeah, now the pad looks ridiculously big, so... I could spend all day playing with this, couldn't I? Okay, I'm just going to go with 0.4, and I'm going to leave it like that, so I don't spend the entire live stream just messing around with variables. Or, not variables, but, you know, parameters. You know what I mean. Okay, great. Next thing, I'd like things to just have more than one color, so let's go back a bit. Let's go to, first off, CD, so that it's actually there. I'm going to go to my actual basic C engine, just build and run. Good, everything's working. Because I'm going to change something. I'm going to be changing render context text.c. I'm going to be changing this. Right now I'm hard coding the color. right? And I want this to be a parameter. I want you to be able to specify whatever color you like. So I'm just going to take in float R, float G. And I'll put it on new line, why not? Float B. Now, pass in the color, well, GL color 3F with R, G, and B. Perfect. Of course, it's not going to work now because, well, for one, it's not what I have in my header, so let's fix that. So, float R, float G, float B, and, oh yeah, comma. Right. And lastly, I need to actually add it to the Lua virtual machine, meaning I need to do Lua's insane function addition thing. That is one thing oh wait, I already did most of it. Never mind. But that is one thing I kind of don't like about adding Lua scripting. I would like it if adding functions to the VM was a little bit easier, but oh well, it works. Can't really complain with that. So you, I don't know why you're spaced over so much, but okay. It's to line with that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's all the parameters, all 8 of them, and pass in R, G, and B. Hey, good. All right, I'll try out some pink. Why not? First off, let me actually get up there back to my Lua scripts. So scripts, where are you? Yeah, let's make player pink. Okay, so pink would be a lot of red. Wait, it's desaturated red, isn't it? I don't know how to make pink off the top of my head. I'll try though. So 0.8. Okay, this is Lua, don't need Fs. And 0.1. Sure, I think it's desaturated, so I just need to pass in a little bit of green and a little bit of blue. I think that should make it pink. Yeah, it's sort of pinkish. Not exactly what I was going for, but it works. Oh yeah, and wall's not going to work anymore because, well, I'm not passing any color. So I'm going to pass in, if the wall's blue, sure. So 0, 0, 1. It still doesn't work. What the heck? Okay, that is interesting. Why are you not working? I mean, I'm passing in X, Y, width, height, and color. Is wall.render? Oh, I'm modifying the wrong function. I didn't delete all this extra unnecessary code. I might try using textures. But for now, I'm happy with colors. Red paddle, blue walls. Great. Well, oh wait. Why are you low like that? Yeah, that's interesting. Why is there a gap there? Okay, is it this? Do I not need that to be 0.5? No, that's definitely not the answer. Is 2 not big enough? Do I need to be 3 or something? No? Okay, that is interesting. I'm not entirely sure about that. And... oh, wait a minute. Did I forget to cast a float? When I got the Lua value? Oh no, it's a float, it's float. Alright, so good, everything's working there. But yeah, why on earth is there a gap there? Right in the corner. It's just not wanting to touch it or something? Making it taller doesn't help. Is it because of offset? Does this not need to be at 0? That doesn't make any sense. Hang on. Let me put you 0.1 or something. Okay, now you're at the same place. I move you to 1.0. I think it's the same place still. Move you to 1.95. Maybe it is working. Maybe it's just like I've got a weird angle. So, oh yeah, I think it is working actually. I think I was just looking at a weird viewing angle. Sorry about that. Okay, now that I fixed that, not quite an issue. Let's get on with actually doing useful things. 1 hour into the live stream. My word. So, this is breakout. Needs ball and bricks. So, new document. Ball.lua and bricks.lua. Okay, excellent. And yeah, copy player, sure. Gotta copy something. Oh, and I don't think I'll need this anymore. So thank you very much for that code. Oh, whoops. Okay. So I'll start with ball, sure, it doesn't matter. You can do it either or. Whoops. No. Come on. Get way over. I know you can do it. Silly window. There we go. That is resized. Alright. Now, this is ball, right? Alright, so ball. It's going to need width height. It's also going to need XY, so I'm just going to set it up as whatever XY width height it passes in. I am going to need to override the update and render things, so there's that. Whoops. Make sure I got a comma there. And render. Whoops. No, stop. Yeah, I think ball's just going to be a square. So yeah, that should be fine. Oh, you know what would be nice? Before I get into crazy ball stuff, it'd be nice if I changed the constructors of player and ball so it takes in the color. So R, G, and B. R, self. Yeah, very basic. This is the type of thing I would probably edit out of my videos, but oh well. So entity, not entity, name. Yes. All right, now let's try to get a little more of a pink color going. So it's desaturated red, so let's try 0.8, 0.5, 0.5. Okay, that's a little bit too desaturated. Whatever, it's pink enough. So pink battle and wall, multicolored walls. Alright, I'm not passing anything. And I'm not using it. It's probably a reason why it's not quite working. Okay. So walls, not walls. Wait, yes, walls. Oh, no, player. Ah, yeah, I should probably be using self.rgnb here. It still works, but... and I'm not passing anything anymore, so let's fix that. Where are you? Main! There you are. Let's see, what color does I have for that? Blue, right? So 0, 0, 1. Okay, good. And blue walls again. Alright, now I can finally add, whoops, balls and brick. Sure took me long enough. So render. Oh, right, this needs RGB too, of course. Everything needs own custom color. Probably set up some sort of superclass for that in a moment, but oh well. In fact, let's do that right now. so that I don't need to do that for every single thing. So, sure, vectObject.lua. That'd be like player.lua, except with just the render function. Okay. You go all the way to the corner, and good. So, whoops. A rect object. Much better. So you're going to be, in XY with height. So X, hey, go to organization's important. It's one of the big reasons I'm doing this live stream, so yeah. And I'm not going to override the update function, just going to do that. Great, I believe, yeah, that's all I need to do for more general rect object. And player should be able to require rect object now. Well, except with lowercase r. Thank you. Self is a rect object of 1 minus over 2. Yeah, should be able to pass in the parameters like that. And 0 on y, width, height, r, g, and b. Excellent. And thank you again for showing me that Lua inheritance thing. That is making things a lot easier. Okay, so testing player. No. I did something wrong. X, Y, width, height. Oh, I spelled it wrong. That's why. Okay, good. All right. Entity, not entity. Not bricks. Wall. There we are. All right, so this is going to be like a rect object too. So require res scripts rect object. Yeah, so now I'm just going to change it to that. Y width RG there. And see how much actually, in fact, for now I can just get rid of everything in wall. Wall is just a rect object. And bricks. Not bricks. Like first I'll build, make sure good, didn't break anything. Okay, great. Now I can make ball a rect object too. So that makes things a lot easier. You can just reuse it. Don't need to re-specify colors and such every single time. Object with XY width, height, RGB. Yes, I am, and I appreciate that. Okay, now I can just have the update of the ball. Okay, so the ball's going to need some velocity. I'm going to start with just saying self.x or self.velx. So it's going to be a velocity on x. And this is going to be, sure, 0. Did I not do that, or is this just... Oh yeah, you're right. I could do that. I see what you're going for. I do want to leave it like this now because later on when I do collision detection, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to override the update function in wall. So I'm just going to leave it like this for now. But you're right, I could do that. Thank you for pointing that out because I did notice that at first. Anyways, so where was I? Bricks, ball. Okay, good. Self-update. Here we are. Now velocity y. I'm going to say 1. This might go in the complete wrong direction, but we'll find out. So I'm just going to say for update self.x equals self.x plus self.lx times move amount. And I'm going to say local move amount just equals delta for now. I can scale this up or down based on speed later on, but for now it's just going to be delta. Do the exact same thing for y. Okay, good. So I finally am getting something working nice and generally now. It's about time. And yeah, well, that's all I need. Just need to add a ball to the game now. So ball. I'm going to have it at, yeah, sure, I'll have it where the player is. Or wait, no, it's not at where the player is. Set it somewhere. I'm going to add it 0.5, 1.0. That's not right. That's 0.5, 0.5, sure. With width 0.5, height of 0.5, and a color of 1, so it's white. And with that, it fails. Because I forgot to require ball. Okay, I'm starting to get the hang of this. I see how Fluid works as scripting. Oh gosh. That's one big ball. But, but hey, I mean, it worked. Make it a little bit smaller, though. Oh yeah, it's still slightly distorted from aspect ratios and such, but hey, it works. Okay, good. With that, yeah, I just need bricks, so I'm gonna leave the ball like that for now. I suppose it's a programming language, but well, it depends on what you mean by similar, really, or like. So, brick. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything with brick just yet. It's just going to leave it like wall. It's just going to be a basic rect object, and I'm going to override. Yeah, I'm going to override update later, just like with wall, for collision detection and whatnot. And with that, I believe I can go to. Okay, I got a brick, but now what? Looking for something. Main, there we are. Because I want to actually add. Okay, so now Lua has an interesting for loop. I believe it's like 4 equals I equals 1 to 10 or something like that. To end, something like that. Okay, I guess that's how it works. Okay, good. So got for loop. And now, everything here, game add entity. Go and add bricks. You can add the giant bricks array. Well, oh, and make sure I'm included so I don't run into that error. Good. And, brick. Okay. I'm going to say I over 10. So this way it'll be like, well, 1 from 0 to 10, sort of. The same thing for y. It's going to be like sort of a diagonal. Width, I'm going to do 0.1, 0.1, sure. It's not right, but it's something. Color can be whatever. Does not work. Because the script name is bricks, not brick. Okay, good. I got a brick staircase. Not exactly what I was going for, but you know what? It works. And that's good. Well, with that, viewers, I am going to take. Yeah, I'm going to take a short break, like 1 or 2 minutes, and I'm going to be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, I think next step is just get this working like more of a brick array. So, with that, yeah, I'm going to need sort of a double for loop here. So first off, let's not do it I over 10. Let's do it something like, sure, I starting at 0.1. Width can't be 0.1 because that's the distance between them right now. So 0.09. And, all right, that's a little bit more like what I'm going for. Really something better for people? Suppose so. Okay. So I got I over 10. Now, maybe it should be a bit higher, like 0.5 or something. And maybe something like 1.0? Maybe that's a little too high. Maybe something like 0.8. Doesn't particularly matter, but yeah, sure. Okay, so it needs to be more than 10, so it's something like 20, so 20 bricks. Okay, still spaced out at over 10 though. A little bit too much now. Wonderful. Okay, so good, so I 1 to 19. No. 1 to 15. I am making breakout, but the viewers probably already answered that because the stream has some lag for some reason. Perfect, 18. That's how much I want. Okay, so 18 bricks. Okay, good. Now I just need to do it on the other loop, so great, 4j equals 1 to 18, not I, dagnabbit. Okay, and 0.8 plus j over 10 plus 0.8. Have it 0.09 high. Actually, this isn't going to work, but let's do it anyways. Yeah. Bricks and breakout usually not quite that thick, so let's try something like 0.5. Okay, maybe there's... and whatever, it's good enough. So, except this time it's not going to be j over 10, it's going to be, let's do 0.4, let's do j over 20. Okay, great, that looks a lot more like breakout balls to me, or walls to me. Speaking of, I should probably add a wall to the ceiling, just so, you know, have something for the ball to bounce off of. Okay, so top, 1.95, 0.05, 2001. How tall do I want it? Well, it's not going to be there anymore, I can tell you that. Width and height are basically going to be reversed, so it's going to be 0.05 thick and 2 wide. And height's going to be something like 2, I believe. Or maybe a little, yeah, a little less than that. A little bit too much. So height's going to be 1.95. Perfect. So with that, I believe that's set up. Wonderful. So, I've got basic breakout thing set up. Perfect. Okay. So I suppose the big thing to do now, well, the ball's still a little bit big, so maybe I should fix that. Ball should be like 0.05 or something. That's a little more reasonable. I'm okay with that. Alright, so yeah, I suppose that's going to work just fine to me. So now all I have to do really is add collision detection, and yeah, I think we'll be just about good to go. We'll have breakout working. How do I want to do collision detection for this? First off, everything's a wall. So, you know what, I'm just going to add a function to entity because I'm lazy. It probably should not be here, but, well, I'm going to do it anyways. Actually, it's probably better in rect object, so let me do it there. Yeah. And it's going to be function self.intersect. And not take any context, it's going to take in a other. It's going to take in some other rect object that's supposed to collide with. So this is what I'm going to do sort of collision detection with AABBs, and it's basically going to be what I have in the 3D physics engine. So in fact, because I'm lazy, I'm actually going to go on GitHub, and I'm going to look up what I have in my 3D physics engine and copy that. So yeah, what do you think of that? Okay, AABB.h. Wait, wrong file. .cpp. There is the collision thing. Perfect. Exactly what I want. Copy, paste. Yeah, I know. Oh, this does not need to be like that. Okay, you can go away. Don't need you anymore. Oh dear. Tabs are a little bit off, but that's okay. I can fix that. You can go away. Okay, good. This looks like just about what I'm going for here. The self.type thing? You know, I might do that in a moment, but right now I just want to focus on collision because I've noticed I tend to get distracted a little bit, so yeah. Okay, so first off, I'm just going to comment all this out as sort of reference code. But clearly this is C++, it's not going to work in Lua. Okay, so first off, I need min extents and max extents for this sort of collision check. And the way this is going to work, well, actually, oh, never mind. Okay, so min extents, max extents. Min extents are going to be, well, first off, here, local min x1, sure. Min x of this object. Now, I believe self.x should be the minimum on x, based on the way this works. So, yeah. In y1, self.y. Yeah. Okay. Max x1 is going to be, yeah, self.x plus self.width, and local max y1 should be equal self.y plus self.height. Okay, good. You do the exact same thing for the other one. So I'm just going to copy and paste because I'm lazy. And just replace self with other. And that should give me the min extents of both of them. I might be able to simplify this later, but, well, just want something working right now. So distance x1, other min extents, so min x2, whoa, wait, what? Oh, I accidentally hit F1. There. Okay, min x2 minus min x1. Okay, good. Distracted again, sorry. Distance x2. Yeah, that'll be fine. So, wait a minute. Min x1 minus min x2. Okay. Never mind, that is working fine. We're just doing sort of, didn't do it exactly in the order of the code. So, y1 should be min y2 minus min y1. Alright. Alright. Yeah, this is probably not... Yeah, this probably is not the best way to do collision with a system like this. Oh well. Oh well. it'll get something working. So local distance x equals distance x1. All right. Then if distance x1, x2, I'm looking for the maximum. So if this is greater than distance x, then distance x equals distance x2. Yeah, and same sort of check here. So if distance x2, wait, y2 greater than distance y, because initializing to distance y, 1, so then distance y is distance y2. It's amazing how complicated the code seems when you don't have the vector abstractions, but oh well, I don't think it's necessary for something like breakout. So now I just need max distance. So, well, you know what? Better yet, Lua has multiple return values. So that gives me an idea. So local max distance starts off at distance x. And if y is, wait, not Lua syntax. If distance y, good, is greater than max distance, yes, then max distance equals distance y. Whew. Okay, that was a little bit more complicated than I'd anticipated, but yeah. Oh well, it works. And now I just need return? Well, actually I don't think Lua works like that, does it? Alright, let's try it this way then. If max distance is less than 0, then I'm going to return 1. Wait, then. Forgot the then. Wonder why Lua oh wait, it's supposed to like terminate the never mind, it makes sense now. Never mind. If max distance is greater than 0, then wait. You should probably use the else here, shouldn't I? Else return 0. Let's make sure this doesn't crash. Good, no crash. It is compiling at the very least. Well, or interpreting, or you know what I mean. Okay, good. But I'm going to use multiple return values. Return distance x and distance y. Why? No pun intended. Well, because I think this is going to help me determine, like, you know, I might do that self-type thing eventually, but at least right now, I don't see why that would be so beneficial. I might do it eventually, but just I don't see why do it if I don't have a use for it right now. It's not going to be any harder in the future. That's my philosophy. Anyways, I feel like I was explaining something and I completely forgot what I was saying. Oh well. Anyways, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to go to, all right, so now I've got the intersect function, good. And it's got all that data that I need, which is good. So it's returning proper values and such, good. What I need right now is I need in ball. Ball needs to determine what it's hitting. Okay, so I need some way to go, like in wall, say, if ball hits it, bounce. So how do I plan to do that? I could do it in ball.update if I want to. But, well, how would that work? How would I get access to other things, like the rest of the walls? I could do it like on per individual thing basis, like the wall checks if it intersects in the ball, and yeah, I could just have like entity intersect check. So, okay, I think I'm gonna do it like that, intersect check. So it's definitely a game-specific hack, but hey, it works, and that's what's important to me. So self dot, we'll call it or handle collisions with, sure, other end. Yeah, okay. And by default, it does nothing, but in rect object, oh, I don't need to override in rect object, do I? Okay, never mind. In ball, I'm going to override it. Okay. Oh, because I'm supposed to go through all the objects and doing intersect check with the ball. Okay, take two. So in bricks, this is where I'm going to override handle collisions. Okay, good. So first off, I want to change something. I'm going to set a sort of a flag. So I'm going to call it self.isActive. And, well, if this is true, then, first off, I'm going to set it to true. Here I'm going to say if self.isActive is not equal to 0, so it's true, then, well, then, an other. Okay, so the other is supposed to be the ball. If it's active, then I'm going to perform the collision check. So here I should do self.intersect other. And I can store all the variables in like local data. So local is colliding in distance x, distance y. Equals that. I believe that's a valid Lua function. Okay, so built and run, which is good. Good indication that things are working right. So, if is colliding is not equal to 0. I believe Lua allows you to do things like that. Then this. Okay, so first off, if we're colliding, I want to determine if we collided on the x or the y-axis. So I'll say, sure, I'll have some local is colliding on x. I want to equal to 0. And if distance x is less than distance y, this should be intersect distance, keep in mind. So, yeah. If distance x, wait, do I want the smallest or largest distance to determine which is colliding? I think you want the largest distance, but I could be completely wrong about that. So I'm going to try it like this, and if things don't work out, well, they don't work out. So if distance is greater than that, then is colliding on x equals 1. There. Then, there. We'll have collision data. Now, I know which direction I'm colliding in. So now, if we are colliding on x, then, in the wrong place, end goes here. If we're colliding on x, other. I want to do something with other. What do I want to do with other? Yeah, I want to reverse the velocity, so other.velx equals other.velx times -1. So I'm going to make it bounce off the brick. Actually, first off, I should just say if is colliding. So, oh wait, I am doing that. Never mind. And here, self.isActive equals false. So we're going inactive. And you're right, self.vel_y, same thing there. So if is colliding on y, then, don't need that, but oh well. Don't need like the parentheses, that is. Exact same check, except with y. And I'm doing other, because other should be the ball. And I believe that's all I should need to do to handle collisions with the brick, at least. We have to do a very similar check with everything else. But actually, I'm going to need to override rect objects, because rect objects render thing, we don't want to render the brick if it's colliding. So, yeah, let's fix that. Where am I going? Bricks? Yes. So here I'm going to override it. And I'm only going to render if and only if self.isActive is not equal to 0. Then I'm going to render. Wow. This is a lot more difficult than I thought it would be, I'll be honest, but oh well. Okay, so now all I should have to do, first off, should be able to build and run without crashing, which is good. But now all I have to do is go through every entity in the update function and handle collisions. So where is it? It's under me. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to do the exact same sort of thing here. And yeah, for ball, it should. All right, I think this will be okay, even though ball was technically checked for collisions against itself at one point. So yeah, for everything in game entities, going to what? Here, I'll do it the easy way. So game ball, that equals ball. Yeah, so it's a reference to that object, and then I'll just add entity game ball. So that way, I always have a reference to the ball. There. And this way, I can do handle collision with the ball. So for every object, I can handle collision with ball. Perfect. And now if I run, nothing. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So something is not working. Intersect, I believe, should be working, unless I got min-x and max-x mixed up. Yeah, this looks like it should be working, unless I've missed something. Okay, so that. So for ball, update. Do I want to update? Wait, what am I doing? I'm not supposed to be in ball. Bricks. Whoops. Handle collision. Okay, so is not equal to 0. Okay, how about is equal to 1? It's still not working. What the heck? Okay, so I guess that's not happening. Okay, how about is this function being called at all? I'm going to comment out the if check. There. Okay, so that is being called. Live debugging, folks. That's right. So for some reason, is colliding is not working. Maybe I need, if it's equal to 0? Instead, nope, that doesn't. Okay. Okay, so something's clearly not working here. The collision. Why is it not saying it collides? Okay, so where is that place again? Front object, there it is. Clearly my AABB intersection check thingy McJiggerton not working. So something needs to change here. Something definitely needs to change. I don't declare is collect. Why? Well, I don't, but I shouldn't need that. Okay, so if my intersect check isn't working, then then I'd say there's a pretty good chance that for some odd reason I screwed this up somehow. And that's probably with max y, because this might be reversed. So I know this part of it works, or should be working anyways. Unless I've really screwed something up. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure that should be working, so The only thing that could be messed up here is, well, the y. So, all right, let's do it this way. Let's try it like this. Maybe this will somehow fix it. No. All right, worth a shot. Maybe if I do it like this, other way around. I am using gvim, which technically isn't an IDE, but it works. Yeah, and you're probably not going to hear that for the next minute, but oh well. Okay, so that's not fixing it. And maybe I should just find intersection check that is actually designed for this format, like a rectangle intersection check. Yeah, because I could probably figure it out on my own, but because I'm lazy, let's visit the internet. If it can ever load. There we are. Sure. Thank you very much. So, yeah, but I don't really need to know if colliding on Y because of, wait, why do I care about per-axis collision? Oh, wait a minute. That's a good point. I did say something might need to be the other way around, didn't I? Okay, so let's... I think I was in rect object, didn't I? Yeah, that was not rect object. That wasn't. I think now, where is it? Not wall. Not ball. Bricks. There we are. That's something in here, wasn't it? If it's greater than y, yeah, that might be with this. So that's not an issue with the intersection check. So here, I'm just going to comment this out, and I'm going to try the intersection function that Google has found for me. So, sure, min x1. So, min x1, so rect A x1, rect B x2. So, I would be max x and min x1, wait, min x2, sorry. Wait, max x1, dang. It's going to get confusing, isn't it? Rect B, hover, x1. That's x2, confusingly enough. Rect A, that's these. Y1, so min y. Less than rect B, at these, y2, so max y. Okay. Rect A, max y, okay. Rect B, min y. Then, did I use is colliding on y where I meant is colliding on x? Is that where all this talk about is colliding on y is coming from? Because that would explain a lot of things, actually. I'm going to worry about that in a moment. Again, my concern right now is actually getting working code, so yeah, I'm going to return. If all this is true, then we're colliding, so return 1. Else, return 0. End. We're going to find out if I'm going to add the game engine to some scripting language. That's why I'm doing the experiment. We're going to see how it works out, how well it works for game development. And so now I'm looking for entity. Where is it? I'm not looking for entity. I'm looking for bricks. Why do I keep finding these files so confusing? Ah, yeah, I did mean. So what I actually wanted here is else. Yeah, that's why there was an issue. Sorry about that. But now I need to actually change vector object again because I need distances. And I'm just going to return 0, 0. So no distance. And there's an error. Oh, right, Lua doesn't use these symbols. It uses and. For some reason. Oh, there we go. Look at that. The reflection's not exactly working, but you know what? It's, well, I, we do have collision. Bricks are being detected and they're being destroyed. So with that, okay. So now how do I get distance like this? The question is, do I really care about distance? And the answer is no. It's good for a proper physics engine, but for breakout, you do not need it. And that's really what I care about, just getting breakout. So, bricks. I'm just going to assume we're always colliding on Y. Less accurate? Yes. Does it work just as well? Most of the time, yeah. So, we go ahead and get rid of all this. We're just going to assume if it hits a brick, it's hitting on Y. There! So it hits brick and bounces. Perfect. Now, I should probably make it collide with the player. So, I'm going to actually copy this and do a very similar check. So, yeah, I believe it's also just bounce on Y. And also, yeah, I don't need these variables anymore because I'm not using them. Probably change that in bricks too, not entity bricks. Go away. So now I can get rid of this, and now I can check for select object. Do I still returning distance nonsense? No, I'm not. Okay, good. Get rid of that. And it's not colliding with the player. Brilliant. So why is it not colliding with the player? There's got to be an answer to this. Self.intersect over. That's a good question, because this isn't player, isn't it? It should be checking the ball against everything, including the player. So, I don't know. I don't know why that's not working. Maybe if I start with the ball moving down, I'll see a different result. Ball. Negative 0.2. There, that way, so I can get over to you in time. No, it's just plain not working. Huh. Okay. But I suppose there's an issue with my intersect check. Again. X1, X2, Y1, Y2. Yeah, it looks right, so maybe yeah, I'm not sure. More live debugging. Yay. Can't get enough of that, can you? Still not working. Yeah, I could read about it and do it proper, but, well, I'm doing a live stream. Don't think it's very interesting if you see a live stream of me reading about intersection checks, because my code isn't working for reasons that I do not fully understand. Actually, let's see if I can get it colliding with walls first. So, where is it? Bricks? Yes, it is bricks where I have the self.handle collision. It's the if. What am I doing backwards here? I messed up something, didn't I? Min x, max x2, max x. Well, it should be using those, shouldn't it? I'll check in a moment, but double check the if statement one last time to make sure it looks right. Okay, well, guess I'll check player again. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's just basic visualization stuff, so it shouldn't make a difference. Oh well, let's try walls. Yeah. So this is exactly what I had in bricks. Except here I'm going to do vel x. That also means we need to change the ceiling, doesn't it? Oh well. Okay, so let's try this out. Let's go to bricks, not bricks. Where am I going for? And no, where is it? Is it main I'm looking for? I know I'm looking for someplace. No, it's ball. Okay, so screw this for a moment. Let's set this at 0.35 on x, nothing on y. Okay, so that's going towards the wall, and it passes straight through it. What's wrong with the chords? Okay, so wall's not working either. So why is it working with bricks but not everything else? That is interesting. I'm pretty sure it's not the chords because... Now x's are at the corner of the entities here. This is just confusing, isn't it? Okay, maybe it doesn't work in all cases on... What's it called? On bricks either. So maybe if I move the ball to some different place, maybe I can see some strange behavior. Okay. I'll try velocity going down again. Should still not work. Good. Is that... At least it's... You're right. You're absolutely right. That is probably why it's not working. Okay. All right. That. Thank you. Okay. Oh, wait. I changed, of course, I find the error and I'm changing it in the wrong class. Brilliant. Okay. Let's try this again. This time with, proper, without the ridiculous if statement. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't see that. Okay, so no if. Okay, and you're right. It works now. Granted, there's no X movement, so it's not a particularly interesting game of Breakout, but we have the basic mechanics working. So let's put it like ball. Velocity Y1, X1, sure. Just see how it works. Whoa, good lord. That's a very fast moving ball. Oh gosh. Oh dear. Okay, it's working. It's very fast, but it's working. Yeah, it still needed to actually Not a very interesting game of breakout, is it? Still gonna need to like make it the balls reflect velocity. Dagnabbit. Still gonna need to make the ball like reflect properly and also respawn once it's, well, back up. What's it called? Once it goes off screen. There we go. Okay, so to fix that, I'm gonna have self.initial x equals x and self.initial y equals y in ball. And here, if self.y is, I believe it's less than -1, then self.x, no. I probably want to reinitialize velocity too. It's not going to matter now, but I'm eventually going to change that, so let's go ahead and do that. Initial, wait, that now. Vel x, initial vel x, there we go. Vel self.vel x. In fact, let's just do that here, because that way it's a little bit less dependent on stuff. So this equals self.x, this equals self.y. Vel x, y there. Good. And I'll just reinitialize it. So here, self.vel x equals, oh, probably helps if I put self dot here, rather than, ridiculous typing nonsense. And initial self.vel x, self.vel y, initial vel y. Good. Well, during the last 20 to 30 minutes, I pretty much just got collision working, so the ball can hit things and bounce around and whatnot. And now we're going to see if, okay, it's a little bit less than what I want, but okay, so it's not -1, it is less than 0. The only question is, can it actually still hit the paddle at that point? I guess not. Okay, so good. I think it's mostly working. Just gonna need to adjust the speed based on where it hits the pedal. Well, I don't suppose I don't need to do that, do I? It's working just fine now, isn't it? Well, I suppose with that, I have a game of Breakout working, and the whole game itself is implemented entirely in Lua. All the game logic and everything. And, well, whoops, the basic engine and stuff, that's all in C. So yeah, I've got cross-language stuff working, and excellent. Of course, there's more you can do with this. You can implement like win conditions and such. But, well, I think this is enough for now. It's something working. So with that, viewers, I think it's just about time that we end this live stream. Oh, whoops. And yeah, so I'll be posting the code on GitHub, so you can go ahead and play around with it or expand on it and do whatever you want with it. And next Saturday, the next live stream, well, as some of you have mentioned, next Saturday is Ludum Dare, so I'm tentatively going to agree to participate in that and live stream the whole process. Oh dear. I may or may not actually end up being able to participate, because there's some personal matters that coincide with it, but if I can, I will try my best to participate and stream it all Saturday and Sunday. And I'll see you then. So, oh, wait a minute. There's still something I haven't done here. If the ball hits the ceiling, it's just going to fail horrendously. So I'm going to stick around to see that. But, yeah, other than that, that's just about everything. Hope you enjoyed, everyone. That is scripting language R&D. If you're curious what I think about Lua after all this, it's not a terrible language at all. It can definitely get the job done. One of the things that I'm concerned about a little bit is the dynamic typing. Probably some people like that, some people don't, but as you've seen just in this live stream, I've run into 2 separate issues with it. One of them was that whole collision thing. If we had static typing, it would give me an error that, oh, hey, that variable doesn't exist, so you can't do that if check. something like this. And also another instance I remember, but I don't remember exactly what it was, but I'm pretty sure it happened. Yeah. So I think it's and the ball's gone. So yeah, that's just about everything. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you learned. Hope this helps you with your own scripting adventures. And well, I'll see you next time. Thank you all, and I'll see you then. Oh, and yes, this live stream will be posted on YouTube as soon as I finish. See ya.